If you've ever walked past someone and caught a whiff of what I like to call that mature musk, and then realized, oh no, what if I smell like that too? Then this video is for you. The truth is, as we age, our bodies go through changes, and that includes how we smell. And no, it's not just your imagination. There's actual science behind it. But the good news? You can fix it, starting today. So don't skip this. Watch until the end, because I'm breaking down the 6 body parts you absolutely must wash daily to keep smelling fresh, radiant, and age-defyingly fabulous. And real quick, if you've ever worried about your appearance or hygiene as you age, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below with fresh and confident. 1. Behind the ears, the forgotten corners of cleanliness. Let me tell you something you probably haven't thought about in years. Behind your ears. Yep, that little dip of skin right where your ear meets your head, often hidden by your hair or earrings. It might seem like the smallest, most innocent spot on your body, but oh my, can it pack a punch if ignored. You see, as we age, our skin produces different oils. Our body chemistry shifts. It's part hormonal, part metabolic, and part just plain life experience. These oils tend to collect in quiet, cozy crevices. And behind the ears, that's prime real estate. Why does it matter? Because behind the ears is a sebum hotspot. Sebum is the oily substance your skin naturally produces. And while it helps moisturize, it can also trap dirt, dead skin cells, old hair product, and even perfume residue. Over time, that mixture turns into a waxy, almost sour-smelling buildup. You might not notice it yourself, but if someone leans in to give you a hug, they just might. I still remember the first time I really scrubbed back there with intention. I used a warm washcloth with gentle cleanser. And you know what? I was shocked at what came off. It wasn't just a little grime. It was like unearthing a time capsule from the 80s. And after I cleaned it, I felt fresher all over, like a weight had lifted. Here's my tip. Make it a daily ritual. After your shower, gently rub behind both ears with a damp cloth and soap. Really get in the fold behind the lobe and up toward the scalp. Then dry it thoroughly. I even dab a little witch hazel there occasionally, just a quick swipe on a cotton pad. And it leaves me feeling like I've been kissed by cleanliness itself. And if you wear glasses like I do, be extra careful. The arms of your frames rest right on those oily spots all day long. Clean both your glasses and your ears, and you'll cut down on a lot of that invisible funk we start carrying unknowingly with age. 2. Under the breasts, the silent zone of odor. Let's talk about something almost no one wants to admit. Underboob sweat. Yes, I said it. And no, it's not just a problem for busty women or during summer. This little zone under the breasts becomes more of an issue the older we get, even if we've lost fullness or wear a great bra. See, as the skin loses elasticity and our breasts shift lower, thanks gravity, a natural fold forms. And where there are skin folds, there's moisture. Add warmth, trapped air, and a little bit of body oil, and it becomes a breeding ground for bacteria and yeast. That smell? It's not just sweat. It's a cocktail of unwashed buildup and microbes having a party. Now, I've heard women say, but I shower every day. Yes, but are you lifting the girls and actually scrubbing under them? Or are you letting the water run over and hoping for the best? When I started intentionally washing under my breasts every single day, I noticed a huge difference. The odor disappeared. My skin stopped itching. And most importantly, I felt confident hugging people, bending over, or reaching for something without worrying that I might have that sour old lady smell wafting up from under my blouse. Here's what works for me. In the shower, lift your breasts and use a gentle, unscented soap. After rinsing, pat the area completely dry. Then, this is my secret weapon. Take a little powder or cornstarch or even a dash of antiperspirant. Yes, really, and dust under there if you know it's going to be a warm day. Some women even use bra liners to keep the area drier. It might sound like a lot, but trust me, when you make this a daily habit, you'll feel cleaner, fresher, and less self-conscious in every setting from the grocery store to church to bedtime. 3. Belly button, the tiny cave of secrets. Now, this one might surprise you. Your belly button, that little indentation we've all had since birth, turns out it's one of the dirtiest parts of the body, especially after 60. Here's why. The belly button is a closed-off, warm, and slightly moist area. That's a triple whammy for bacteria, lint, dead skin, and sweat. Most of us never clean it, not because we're lazy, but because we just forget it's there. It's out of sight, out of mind. But here's the kicker. Over time, the belly button can develop a deep, musty odor, even if you shower every single day. Why? Because water alone isn't enough. You need to actually clean inside it. Let me paint a picture. I once did a little test, curious as to what was going on in mine. I took a Q-tip with some warm, soapy water and gently swirled it in there. What came out made me gasp. It was like an old, grayish wax. And the smell? Not cute. From that day forward, I made belly button cleaning a non-negotiable part of my hygiene routine. Here's how to do it the right way. Once a day, usually in the shower, I take a soft washcloth or cotton swab, dip it in warm, soapy water, and gently clean inside the navel. I don't poke hard, just enough to clear away buildup. Then I rinse it well and dry it thoroughly with a clean towel. You never want to leave it damp. And let me add, if you have a deeper navel or a piercing, this is even more important. Don't neglect it. Once I started doing this daily, I felt cleaner and less self-conscious, because you never know when someone might be standing close, and the last thing we want is for a hidden stink to betray us. It's a small act of care, but it makes a big difference in how you carry yourself. 4. Scalp, where odor hides in the roots. Let's talk about your scalp. Honey, not your hair, but the actual skin underneath. You see, as we age, our hair might thin, gray, or dry out, but that scalp of ours is still producing oils, sweat, and even bacteria just like it did when we were 20. Only now, we often go longer between washes or switch to milder shampoos that don't always get the job done. Here's the problem. Those oils collect around the roots, mix with old product, and settle into our pillows and hats. Left alone, they start to create a faint but persistent sour or musty smell. It's not always noticeable to us because we get nose blind, but it's often one of the first things others pick up on when they hug us or lean in close. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but I don't want to wash my hair every day. It'll dry it out. And you're right, we don't have to shampoo daily. But cleaning the scalp doesn't always mean a full shampoo. It means being intentional. Here's what I do. On non-shampoo days, I take a clean, damp washcloth with just a little warm water and gently massage it across my scalp at the crown, behind the ears, and at the nape of the neck. You'd be amazed what you can lift away with just a quick wipe. When I do shampoo, I focus on really scrubbing the scalp, not just rubbing shampoo into the hair. Use the pads of your fingers, not your nails, and work it in circles to loosen up the oils and build up. And don't forget the hairline. That front edge near your forehead collects sweat and makeup like a sponge. If you wear wigs, hats, or headscarves regularly, this is essential. Those coverings trap heat and moisture, and if you're not cleaning your scalp underneath, that old lady smell starts to creep in, subtle at first, then stronger with time. Oh, and change your pillowcase regularly too. If you're washing your scalp but sleeping on a sour old pillow, it's like trying to mop the floor with a dirty rag. Trust me, you'll feel fresher from head to toe. 5. Feet, the overlooked source of everyday stink. Now, let's work our way down to a body part we walk on all day but often forget to clean properly. our feet. And I don't just mean letting soapy water drip over them in the shower. I'm talking about really scrubbing those tired soles between the toes and under the nails. Why do feet matter so much? Because they sweat more than almost any other part of the body. And as we age, we may develop circulation issues, dry skin, or even foot deformities that make it hard to bend and wash them. But none of that changes the fact that our feet are like little smell factories if left unchecked. And let's be real, old woman smell often has a footnote. Literally, you ever take off your shoes at the end of the day and get hit with a sour or cheesy whiff? That's not just from walking. It's from bacteria feasting on the sweat and dead skin in those shoes. Even slippers can trap odor. Here's my personal routine. In the shower, I sit on a shower bench or lean against the wall for balance. Then I take a gentle foot scrubber, even just a soft loofah or washcloth, and I work between the toes, under the nails, and around the heels with warm soapy water. After drying, I use a separate towel just for my feet, because the last thing I want is to rub foot bacteria all over my face towel. Then, and this is the magic, I apply a light dusting of foot powder or a touch of tea tree oil to keep things dry and bacteria-free. And don't forget your shoes. I sprinkle baking soda in mine overnight once a week. You'd be shocked how much that cuts down on odor. Caring for your feet isn't just about preventing smell. It's about loving yourself, honoring your journey, and walking confidently through life. 6. Groin area, the unspoken zone that needs daily love. All right, we're going there. And I'm not going to be shy about it because someone needs to say it. The groin area, yes, down there, needs daily cleaning. I'm talking about the folds, the creases, the places your underpants cover, but your loofah might skip. As we age, things change. Skin gets looser. Hormones shift. We might not sweat like we used to, but we do accumulate moisture, skin cells, and even urine dribbles that can all lead to a very distinct odor over time. Not always strong, but kind of stale, like unwashed laundry. And for those of us who wear incontinence pads or sit for long periods, it becomes even more important to wash thoroughly and gently every single day. Here's the good news. You don't need fancy products, just warm water, gentle soap, and a soft cloth. Clean around the inner thighs, labia, and groin folds carefully, but thoroughly. Avoid harsh soaps. They disrupt your natural pH and can actually cause more odor. After the shower, dry the area completely. I even use a blow dryer on low for a few seconds just to make sure there's no moisture hiding in any folds. If needed, a little unscented talc-free powder or cornstarch can help keep the area dry. And this isn't just about smell, it's about health. Daily cleaning reduces your risk of UTIs, yeast infections, and skin irritation. It also helps you stay in tune with your body. If something's off, you'll catch it early. Remember, friend, this part of your body has served you well for decades. Treat it with dignity, respect, and daily care. Look, aging is a privilege, but how we age, that's partly up to us. A little daily hygiene can go a long way, not just for how others perceive us, but for how we feel about ourselves. When you know you're clean and fresh, it shows. In your walk, in your smile, in your confidence. So if this helped you today, leave a comment below that says, I deserve to feel fresh. Because you do. And before you go, I want to personally invite you to sign up for my Savvy Senior newsletter. It's full of weekly tips just like this, things older women should know, but that no one talks about. We cover beauty, hygiene, relationships, health, and so much more. The link is in the description. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. And as always, stay graceful, stay wise, and stay fresh. Purple Heart,